Imagine sending a tiny helicopter to another planet. Sounds like science fiction, right? But that's exactly what NASA did. Hidden beneath the Perseverance rover, which launched in 2020, was a small, daring experiment: Ingenuity. Ingenuity wasn't built to search for life, it was there to answer a bold question. Could we fly a powered aircraft on Mars? No one had ever tried it. Many thought it was impossible. Aerial exploration could reveal more than any rover, spotting rocks, mapping canyons, and finding safe paths. But making it happen was a huge gamble. If it failed, it would be a forgotten experiment. If it succeeded, it would change space exploration forever. When Perseverance landed on Mars in February 2021, the world watched the rover, but a small team focused on Ingenuity. After system checks, Perseverance gently placed Ingenuity on the Martian surface. For the first time, a human-made aircraft stood ready to fly on another world. The moment was filled with suspense and excitement. This wasn't just about one flight, it was about proving that human creativity could conquer the unknown. Ingenuity's only job showed that flight on Mars was possible. What happened next would surpass everyone's wildest dreams. Ingenuity was about to make history. Flying on Mars is nothing like flying on Earth. Mars's atmosphere is about 100 times thinner than Earth's, almost nothing for helicopter blades to push against. To lift off, Ingenuity's blades had to spin incredibly fast, far faster than any Earth helicopter. Then, there's the cold nights drop to minus 90 degrees Celsius, threatening to freeze electronics and drain batteries. Ingenuity needed a tiny heater just to survive each night. Communication was another hurdle. Mars is so far away that commands take up to 20 minutes to arrive. No real-time control, every flight had to be pre-programmed, and Ingenuity had to fly itself using onboard sensors and computers. The challenge: build a machine light enough for thin air, tough enough for Martian cold, and smart enough to fly autonomously. It was a puzzle no one had solved before. Ingenuity's design demanded radical thinking and precision engineering. Every gram counted, every system had to work perfectly. The odds were stacked against success, but overcoming these obstacles would redefine what's possible in space exploration. Ingenuity was a leap into the unknown, and it was ready for the challenge. To fly on Mars, engineers had to make Ingenuity as light as possible, just 1.8 kilograms on Earth. Its body was no bigger than a tissue box, packed with computers, sensors, cameras, and a radio. The key: two sets of carbon fiber blades, spinning in opposite directions for stability. These blades were over a meter long and spun at 2,400 revolutions per minute, 10 times faster than a typical helicopter. Ingenuity powered itself with a solar panel, charging lithium-ion batteries by day. That energy kept it flying and kept its heater running through freezing Martian nights. 4 spindly legs cushioned its landings, and 2 cameras, one for navigation, one for color images, captured the Martian landscape. Every part was designed for maximum efficiency and minimum weight. Ingenuity was a marvel of miniature engineering. It looked delicate, but it was built to survive Mars. Its design was a masterclass in doing more with less. Ingenuity was ready to take flight in one of the harshest environments imaginable. It was a tiny package of big ideas, and it was about to prove itself. April 19, 2021, the day of Ingenuity's first flight. The NASA team waited anxiously. The plan: spin up the blades, rise 3 meters, hover for 30 seconds, and land. The data took ages to reach Earth. When it arrived, the control room held its breath. Then, a chart showed altitude rising, hovering, and descending. Success! Cheers erupted. Ingenuity had flown on another planet. It was a short flight, but a giant leap for space exploration, a true Wright brothers moment. To mark the occasion, a tiny piece of the original Wright Flyer's wing was attached to Ingenuity. 2 historic first flights, linked across time and space. The team's hard work and daring had paid off. Ingenuity had faced the thin air and cold, and won. It was no longer just a test, it was a pioneer. The door was open for more flights and new discoveries. Ingenuity had made history on Mars, and the adventure was just beginning. Ingenuity was only supposed to fly 5 times in 30 days, but it kept going, becoming an aerial scout for Perseverance. Now it helped the rover by mapping terrain, spotting hazards, and finding scientific targets. Each flight pushed the limits, higher, farther, bolder. Ingenuity's photos guided the rover safely and efficiently. It became an essential partner, not just a demonstration. Over 2 years, Ingenuity completed 72 flights, covering more than 17 kilometers and spending over 2 hours in the air. It survived Martian winters, dust storms, and rugged landscapes. Ingenuity proved that aerial exploration could transform planetary science. It was more resilient and capable than anyone expected. The original plan was left far behind in the Martian dust. Ingenuity rewrote the rulebook for space exploration. It was a true pioneer, showing what's possible when we dare to try. Its journey inspired everyone who followed its story. Every adventure ends. Ingenuity's flying days finished on its 72nd flight in January 2024. During landing, it suffered a hard bump, damaging its rotor blades. The team felt both sadness and pride. Ingenuity had far outlived its planned mission. Nearly 3 years of flights, 14 times more than expected. Even grounded, Ingenuity's work wasn't over. It now serves as a stationary weather station, collecting data on temperature and dust. It stands as a monument to human creativity in Jezero Crater. Perseverance drove by for a final farewell. Ingenuity's story is one of endurance, not failure. It pushed its limits to the very end. Its legacy is secure. It proved powered flight on another world is possible. Ingenuity opened a new door for future explorers. Its spirit remains on Mars, inspiring what comes next. Ingenuity's success changed how we explore other worlds. It proved flight is possible on planets, giving us a new way to scout, map, and discover. Inspired by Ingenuity, NASA is building Dragonfly, a nuclear-powered drone for Saturn's moon Titan. Future Mars missions will use advanced helicopters to scout for astronauts and collect samples. These ideas are now reality, thanks to Ingenuity's daring flights. Ingenuity started as a risky experiment and became a legend. It showed that big leaps come from small packages. The little helicopter has passed the baton to a new generation of flying explorers. Ingenuity may rest on Mars, but its legacy soars across the solar system. Its story is one of dreaming big and achieving the impossible. Science is cool,